Hey guys, and welcome back to Quality Shot Tennis. Today we've got Nuno Borges taking on Daniil Medvedev in the first round of Halle. How's everybody doing? It's been a second since I've streamed, so I'm excited to be back, honestly. Yeah, how's everybody doing? I think the last match I did was quarterfinals, Roland Garros, Sabalenka versus Andreeva. Glad to do another one. No, I think it was actually Goff Swiatek semifinals, but it's been a while. This should be a good one. Always excited to watch Daniil on a surface that isn't hard court because he will freak out and be no, he can play on other surfaces. He proved that last year when he got to Rome title, when he won the title in Rome, when he got to the semis in Wimbledon. But yeah, how's everybody doing? Hopefully you guys are doing well. How's it going, MA? How are you? Let me get this all sorted. Okay, cool. Go, Medi. Okay. Let's see what Medi can do. We're going to get started real soon here. They have played once before. These two, it's 1-0 for Medvedev over Borges. Round of 16 Australian Open this year when Medvedev spent like 3 days on court. Played like five set matches. I think it was 4, really. It was 6-3, 7-6, 5-7, 6-1. I remember that match well. It was an awkward match. I felt like Medvedev really did not play his best level. Borges has been playing well this year. He took out Dimitrov there in Australia, right after Dimitrov took the Brisbane title against Runa, and was playing so well, so aggressive. It's a tournament he's done well before in Australia, but he couldn't get it done at that time. And yeah, hey, what's up, Tom? Good to have you in here. How's it going, Tom? Seen you commenting on my my channel as well, so I appreciate all the support and seeing you around. Yeah, so here we go with we are currently waiting for the match to begin. But Borges is number 51 in the world. There are a few rankings like that. Like, listen, there are a few names that have climbed into the top 50 over the last couple of years, and partially through 175 challengers, with challengers gaining more points, which I don't think is a bad thing. But yeah, he's 51 in the world, and just outside of the top 50. So. We can watch it live. No, I don't have the rights to show the match live. This is more of a play-by-play. More of a play-by-play and watch along more than anything else. But Medvedev, I mean, listen, Medvedev on grass courts, he's done well on grass. I mean, his serve is good for grass. He can hit some big shots. That's not what his game is, based around. The fact that it's not what his game is based around is why for a long time I thought his potential on clay, like his ceiling for clay, I personally thought is higher than grass, even though I thought that on grass he'll be good right away. Like on grass, he's just great right away. He's not necessarily amazing or top tier like he is on hard, but right away I was like, he'll be good on grass. There's no reason he shouldn't be where it fits his game. So that's something I will say. The floor is higher for grass for Medvedev because he should just be pretty good for the most part, even if it's not his best, really suits his game perfectly. And then for clay courts, yeah, I mean, he plays a more defensive style game once he gets the movement down and finds a way to kind of hit through the court better and make himself more of a present danger that can hurt opponents. His serve still isn't going to be as big a weapon as on other surfaces, but that's why on grass courts, that's something that works well for him. His serve is a huge weapon, and it will work well on grass as well. His volleys still aren't incredible, but listen, in Australian Open, he was volleying pretty successfully. If you remember the Hurkacz match in the 5th set where he was starting just rushing the net every point. Yeah, here we go. Players are warming up. Borges and Medvedev warming up their serves at the moment. Gonna get started real soon. The copper box would love to go. Love it. Love it. Be my first tournament since 2019. I only watch. Nice. Yeah. Going to a tournament is a different vibe. It's a different vibe. Seeing these incredible players there in person is definitely pretty. It's a different feel. It's a different feel. It's like when you watch court level on TV. They don't show it all the time, but you really get the full, like, wow, these players are really, like, incredible. Honestly, like, they're so quick. They hit with so much spin and effort every single shot. The racket head speed, their quick movement in between points, like everything about it, like how hard they hit. Everything is on display when you're watching in person. So his serve almost back. Yeah, not quite there, but it's almost. Hey, what's up, Joe? How's it going? How's it going? Yeah, I mean, Medvedev's serve has not really been itself this year, honestly. So we'll see. We'll see how it's all looking. Borges, by the way, his career record 29-39. His win-loss for the season 13-14. He is a millionaire through tennis. 1.8 million earned. But he's 29-39 in his career as they finish up practicing serves. Yeah, it's been a minute. It's been a minute since I've done a quality shot stream. Hopefully everything is it's going good for everybody. Jim Courier, I saw live. That's awesome. Yeah, I was talking to a friend. I was talking to somebody yesterday about the fact that if Alcaraz wins one more slam, he will be tied for Grand Slam titles with Jim Courier, which is kind of amazing. Also, Guillermo Vilas. So that's just kind of a mind-blowing thing to me. But I mean, Alcaraz deserves it. He's had 3 Grand Slam runs that I think are difficult, and they've come on 3 different surfaces at 21 years old. I mean, he's earned his 3 Grand Slam titles so far. Now, whether he should have as many as Andy Murray, it's a different question. I mean, many people think that Andy Murray is better than a 3-time Grand Slam champion, but he's very close to getting 4, which would be tied with Courier and Vilas, for example, which would be kind of crazy, honestly. Hey, what's up, Ghost? I got within 10 feet of Federer at Indian Wells on their practice courts. That's awesome. I would cherish that for my life, honestly. Yeah, that's the kind of magic of being right there, is just feeling the action and being so close to everything, honestly. All right, we are getting started up here. Let me go down for the score. Here we go. We are getting started up. Borges serve. I love the look of grass too. This will be my first the first grass court match I watched fully in full. I've watched a few matches last week, but I didn't watch a whole lot. And I mostly was watching sets at a time. I didn't really watch a full match yet. Last week was kind of my break week. I especially for the finals, I caught like a set, but I didn't catch the full thing. This will be my first grass match that I really watch in full. Borges with another serve. The backhand of Medvedev, forehand of Borges, the forehand of Medvedev, forehand of Borges, cross court, forehand of Medvedev, slapped into the net. 15-all. Borges came into the match saying, listen, I've got a mission and I am here to win. I'm here to win this match. He came in with belief. I don't remember exactly his wording, but I always like it when I see a player say that. I mean, rarely does it really come true when you plot such a big upset, but if you're going to do it on grass, it's a little bit more likely. Very kind of weird shot there from Borges as he hits this kind of almost half volley pickup from the baseline that just crosses the net for a very awkward winner. Kind of a drop shot, but like a topspin drop shot a la Bernard Tomic. Serve down the middle, back into Medvedev. That goes out. Good body serve there from Nuno. Great to see you and your girlfriend win grass tournaments at the same time. You and Katie are definitely in sync. Yeah, me and Katie are in sync, man. Yeah, she's doing great. And yeah, I'm world number 7. I'm world number 7. Isn't that a flex? Federer was so smooth. Just effortless strokes on both sides. Hell yeah. Yeah, Federer was something else. Federer was something else. Very dynamic as well. He played in such a difficult way, yet made it look so easy. Good morning. Ghost Roger doesn't like being called an effortless player. Yeah, because he said, listen, it's got to be all about effort, though. You only get to that point where people call you effortless if you put in, like, worlds of effort. Simon Michael Stick versus Tomas Muster, Unforgettable Live. That sounds good. Muster is a kind of forgotten player, but, I mean, man, he's great. And especially in the big moments in finals, the guy showed up in finals, like 44-11 in finals. And yeah, he's got a sweet one-hander. Very good on clay. Borges here with chances early. I feel like Borges had chances in Australia, which he didn't really convert on. The second set he didn't really convert on. He did end up winning the third set. So we'll see. We'll see. I felt like that was an awkward match in Australia for Medvedev. That was the only time that they've played. We'll see if it is different on grass. As Medvedev hits a forehand long, it is love 15. Love 30 here. Medvedev forehand cross court. That goes out from Borges for a cross court passing shot. 15-30. Important game for Medvedev. This is his first match of the grass court swing. Important for him to, keep his get some momentum starting off early. He doesn't want to lose his first match of the grass court swing to Nuno Borges. That is something that he would not want to do. Let's see. That's a double fault from Medvedev. The serve still looks a little bit wonky. His serve speeds have been lower partly throughout the year. It's a good serve, though. Already back to the line. Medvedev, 30-40. Another big point coming here. Another one to save. Looking for another big serve. Doesn't get it. As it hits the tape and goes out. Backhand of Medvedev. The forehand of Borges. That goes out. Back to deuce now. Advantage here for Medvedev. He's been saying that in quite a few interviews lately. He goes, yeah, and the Dartmouth speech as well. Effortless is the highest compliment on someone's technique, at least who has the least effortless game. Yeah, that's true. I mean, I think it's a compliment. I think Roger knows it's a compliment. I just think that he doesn't want people to understate how much work he put in throughout his career, which I was really glad that he made a speech like that, because I always assumed that he might feel that way and thought that way, because anybody who achieved what he did must have put in worlds of effort. And that's what I heard about when he practiced on a practice court, that he was, I mean, an absolute, machine at it on the practice court. So it's just, he doesn't want people to get it confused. Like, he put in as much work as everybody else. More than pretty much anybody else. Forehand down the line, the backhand of Medvedev, backhand of Borges, backhand of Medvedev. Oh, that goes out. Borges gets the first break. 2-0. 2-0 here early in this one. Thompson just defeated Runa in 3 sets. I thought that was going 3. Ghost, no way. Yeah, I mean, listen, that's a bad matchup, though, because Runa is still, I guess, getting accustomed to grass, and Thompson is one of those guys, man. He's one of those grass court specialists. Halle, on clay, we've got a few of them. On grass, we've only got, like, 1 or 2. Tim van Rijthoven a few years ago. But in all seriousness, I mean, who do we have who's just especially good on grass? Well, I mean, I think of, like, a few, like Max Purcell and those kind of players, but I'm completely forgot. I mean, Demonor likes playing on grass. But there are a few people who just prefer grass a little bit, and Jordan Thompson is one of those guys. People like to serve, people like to volley. Feliciano Lopez was definitely one. Let me take a look at the rankings. There are a few of them, though. But anyway, Medvedev is not one of those, and he's currently trailing 2-0. Chances here for Medvedev to break back. Love 30. Serve down the tees. Very good from Borges. Gets to 15-30. 15-30. First serve, Borges in the net. Second serve. Backhand of Medvedev. Forehand of Borges. That goes out. So 15-40. 2 break points for Medvedev. First serve in the net. Medvedev standing in pretty close for him, and it's in the net. There are a few interesting things about Medvedev going into this grass court swing. First, can he get a serve into the right place? Secondly, he's been standing in closer a few times this year on the return and kind of stepping up into the court. If he's able to do that successfully, then that's going to be awesome for grass. We know that. So we'll see if he can do that. But yeah. For Medvedev, that's those are a few big things. It's going to be really interesting. I'm always very compelled watching Medvedev on clay or on grass. I want to see what he looks like. Because, first of all, this is what I'd say. I'll not be the guy to count Medvedev out on any court from at least being a problem, because he's that kind of a world-class player. So we'll see. And he does get the break back there. Yeah, Runa going out is crazy. First kind of really big upset of the week, I would say. FAA had to retire earlier today. Speaking of different scores that have happened today already, let me take a look. Got Kopfer over FAA because FAA had to retire. Sonego over Kecmanovic, Zhang over Offner. Safulin and Marajan are currently in the third set. And yeah, Thompson over Runa, 6-3 in the third. Tiafoe had to retire against Hichikata. A couple of retirements happening today. I kind of like Tiafoe on grass courts, so it's unfortunate. Dimitrov easily over Manarino. That is a solid win, 6-1, 6-2. Because Manarino, I mean, listen, he likes playing on grass. So that's a solid win for Dimitrov, 6-1, 6-2. I really think Dimitrov's going to be an absolute problem on grass courts and at Wimbledon. I said it even like half a year ago. Like at Wimbledon this year, I just feel like Dimitrov's going to be a problem. His serve is so much better. His first strike is better. He's hitting it big. I feel like grass is a problem. He's got so many skills that can work well for grass. So I would just watch out for Dimitrov. I feel like if he's ever going to do something out of Slam, Wimbledon might be his chance, especially because I just don't know what the field is going to look like, to be honest. I just partly don't really know what the field is going to look like. All right, here we go. Play resuming with Medvedev at the line. The back end of Borges, that's in the net. Winner of this one does play Zhang in the next round, who just took out Sebastian Offner, which I think is a pretty good draw to have for Medvedev. And then after that, he could have Eubanks, Purcell, Bublik. Those are kind of the grass court specialists. Alexander Bublik, he's a big specialist on grass for sure. That backend goes out, so we're at 30-15. Who has the least effortless game? It's a good question. Gasquet's footwork takes a lot of work. Cam Norrie, yeah, Norrie struggles. And did you see Axie play live? No. Oh, well, I probably did actually, but I mean, I was so young. I don't know if I did. I think I did because I saw a lot of players growing up, but I was like 4 or 5. So most likely yes, but there's no way I can remember that. Here we go. Medvedev gets the hold, walks to the other side for 2-2. Forehand of Medvedev goes out. So 15-love for Nuno Borges. Still early stages here. Already exchanged break. Serve and volley. Very good from Borges. I still don't know a whole lot about Borges' game and the way he plays, to be fully honest. And so this is a match for me to also gauge how Borges plays a little bit. Yuri Vesely. Yeah, I mean, Vesely's quite good on grass as well. That's true. Kamai Gasquet's forehand, Cam's backhand. That's some Frankenstein situation. Yeah, absolutely, Sean. That is a that's a all right, we got 40-30 here for Borges. Yeah, those shots are not the prettiest in the game, I'll be honest. But then you take Gasquet's backhand, and it's like the freaking most gorgeous shot of all time, and it's amazing. So, I don't know. But Gasquet's forehand, yeah, it's not. It's this weird kind of, you kind of wind around weird shot. It always looks strange, honestly. It's in the net from Borges. We get to 40-30. Borges already with some momentum. I mean, early on this match, he doesn't want to lose it by dropping a game here. Let Medvedev feel like he has the control early on here. Forehand of Medvedev, the backhand of Borges. Forehand drop shot Borges. Medvedev gets it. Backhand volley. Oh, Medvedev's so good with the volley. That's good touch. That's good touch. I mean, the guy's got skills, Medvedev. He's got skills. Yeah, I mean, he's got high IQ too. He's a fast thinker out there. You saw that with that volley. That was good technique too, to be honest. It isn't always with the volleys, but that was decent. I mean, as decent as it could have been while reacting in that way so quickly at the net. Forehand cross court, forehand to Borges. That goes out. Advantage to Medvedev. Grass court is like playing on an absolute unpredictability. And it's just absolute, just, you have to adapt to so many things on grass. It's such a difficult surface to play on. And Medvedev maybe so far doing a little bit better. He has now played on grass quite a bit, having been around on the tour for, a little while, playing these tournaments. It's a break point now. Serve to the backhand of Medvedev, forehand of Borges. The forehand of Medvedev, backhand of Borges. Backhand of Medvedev. Forehand of Borges, great shot cross court. We go back to deuce. We go back to deuce. Vesely, I admit I can't remember his technique. Been a while since I've seen him play. I'm at Vesely for playing good on grass coast. Yeah. Nori adds side serves versus Raonic. A good proposition. Interesting. Yeah, I would think so. Probably. Because definitely when I think of Raonic, I don't think of his backhand return of serve as one of his strengths. So yeah, I think that'd be quite good. I mean, if you're a lefty, you have to take advantage of that serve all the time. So I think so. Playing a lefty is tough in tennis. I played a lefty last week in tennis, and it can be tough, honestly. I'm not gonna say it's a direct advantage, but it can be. It's a good volley from Borges. Coming to net, he gets the hold for 3-2. Gets the hold for 3-2. Bruno's looking good, but then seemed to lose his way midway in the second set. Played a poor tie break, and then complained to the umpire in the third about the state of the court. Yeah, that's just something you can't do. You can't just lose your concentration mid-match. You got to be fully in. It doesn't matter what the conditions are. It doesn't matter this or that. Like, you got to be locked in. So, Murray's last Wimbledon, but it's time. Yeah, it seems that way. I agree. What's up, Matthew? And let's all be real here. Aside from Chilich, when was the last time in the last 20 years we've seen a surprise winner? Big up, Dimmy, all you like. We know Carlos or Sinner are picking up the cup. I don't know, Matt. Tennis is weird. Listen, the last 20 years have been weird for tennis, but tennis in general, we've had some weird winners, and we're not in the same moments that we've been in the last 20 years with the big three. I mean, Sinner and Alcaraz, are they really going to dominate to the extent the big three did? Maybe. But they're both still getting used to grass court. Djokovic and Rafa, we don't really know what they're like. Roger's obviously out, so Murray isn't himself. I mean, I feel, and also everybody's focused on the Olympics. I've been a proponent that somebody weird is going to win this Wimbledon, and I kind of stick by it. I said Alcaraz was going to win Roland Garros. I said Djokovic for Australia, and for Wimbledon, for the first time in a while, I'm really just choosing the field. I think somebody weird is going to win this Wimbledon, and I just wouldn't be surprised if it happens. I do agree that historically looking at it, we haven't had that many weird champions, but I mean Del Potro, kind of weird, in 2009. Not weird, but Del Potro, Cilic, Dominic Thiem, Medvedev beating Novak. It's not like we haven't had surprises, quote unquote. And now just Dimitrov, who's been around a while, or somebody like that, or Rublev, or somebody like, you just never know. Especially because like Sinner this year he wasn't a surprise, but Sinner and Alcaraz winning this year, I mean, people are saying, oh, okay, but Djokovic is going to win anyway, but it just didn't end up happening. So I don't know. In between eras, in between Sampras, Agassi, and the Big Three era, there's kind of a weird period from like 2002 to 2004 or so, 2001 to 2003, 2004, where there's some really weird champions. So I don't know if we'll get something like that, but we could. Before Sinner and Alcaraz got fully accustomed to grass courts. Where's Halle? Germany. Yep. A lot of sport in Germany these last couple of weeks. That's true too. Yeah. I've been watching a lot of disc golf and ultimate frisbee. Also, obviously, the Olympic trials with swimming and track has been a lot of fun to watch. I love like the 100-meter races, like super quick, but it's just so fascinating to watch those like 11 seconds. Hey, what's up, Cedric? Let's go. And Draper. Yeah, Draper, first title. I'd love to see it. I've been hyping him up for a while, so I mean, I'm not going to be the guy to claim that I was the first on Draper. I wasn't, but I've been excited about him. So I have been excited about him. So we'll see if he can really fulfill like what a lot of people think he has the potential to be. Serve goes wide from Medvedev. Serve down the tee, back into Borges. That's in the net. Good hold from Medvedev. 3-3. A few long games, though. 3-3, and we are about 25 minutes into the match. I do remember in Australia, in the last couple of sets, Medvedev was an absolute unforced error fest. So a big thing for me in this match was to see if he can keep his unforced errors at a minimum. I don't think Borges is going to, completely just smash him off the court or anything like this. I don't think he needs to absolutely go for a whole lot. Backhand to the forehand of Borges, backhand of Medvedev. The backhand of Borges, that goes out. Medvedev looking to make a stance here and really insert himself in this match. By the way, I feel like Jannik and Carlos have really tough draws this week. I'm looking at Jannik's draw. He's got Greek Sport, and then he's got, Marajan Safiullin, that's decent, but Greek Sport, and then he's got Tsitsipas potentially. Then he's got Medvedev versus maybe Bublik, then Hurkacz or Rublev or Zverev on the other side. That's a tough draw for Jannik. I don't think Jannik is going to win this week, to be honest. I kind of think somebody's going to beat him. I actually would bet on somebody beating Alcaraz as well, although I'd be less confident predicting that. But I also think somebody might beat. I think somebody will beat both of them, maybe. Backhand cross court, the forehand of Borges, forehand of Medvedev, the forehand of Borges, drop shot. Backhand lob. Medvedev's going to be there. He goes for a weird runaround shot, but he hits it out. Could have gone for a tweener if he started running earlier. Looks like maybe he hurt Just looking at his hand, he did. I don't know exactly. Have ran out from the outside the camera view as he ran down that lob. He wasn't on camera. It was for a squash shot. Weird squash shot went backwards. Forehand in that. Borges, solid serving, high percentage serving. That's the 40-15. After Boris Becker retired. Who else remembers Nicholas Kiefer? Saw a live amazing player. Yeah, Kiefer is great. He had a few like crazy shots in his career. He's a great shot maker. He had this kind of. I remember one shot he hit against Roger. Whenever anybody hit a trick shot against Roger, it was like extra special because it was like giving Roger his own medicine. Because Roger was always the one hitting trick shots. I remember this crazy shot that Kiefer hit playing Federer at the U.S. Open one year, where Federer hit a forehand that looked like a winner across court, and Kiefer just hit this crazy shot that like. I don't even know how to describe it, but it was like a slice forehand, like 100 miles per hour passing shot winner. I really don't know how to describe it other than that. I've never seen anybody else hit it. But the way he hit it, he just kind of like, it was like a fly swatter. He just swatted at it, and he hit an absolutely perfect winner that you'd only dream of. It was like a baseball bat. He just swung, and it just completely just cruised through the court, sliced through the court at like 100 miles per hour for a winner against Roger. Landed on the baseline for a winner. So yeah, Kiefer was great. I remember him a lot, and he had a great personality on court too. It's a good serve from Medvedev. AT serves looking better from Medi. I like it. Medvedev did do better on grass than he's done at some points the past last year. See if he can keep that up. Raonic and Norrie have taken the court, by the way. Who's your guaranteed gold medal winner at Paris? That's a good question, Joe. I honestly don't really have one in mind that I would specifically say. But I mean, for gymnastics, like Simone Biles, I would say it's somebody to look out for all the time. There's a person running, like Emil Karras. Look out for her. I mean, at Olympics, look out for Alcaraz for tennis. Is a big one, I would say. But I don't have good answers. But I did just see an American at the American trials for swimming. I was watching the swimming trials, and she set a world record. That's the first time somebody set a world record at the pre-Olympics, like American trials, since Michael Phelps in 2008. I forgot her name because I don't really watch swimming, but I thought that was impressive. Because she destroyed everybody in that race. Yeah, Gretchen Walsh. So I would watch out for Gretchen Walsh. forehand, the backhand of Borges, forehand of Medvedev, the forehand of Borges, going forehand to forehand, cross court. That goes out from Borges. It's so easy to miss it long on a grass court. It's just so easy to miss it long on a grass court because the ball just kind of floats through the court and gets away from you. I would love to see Raonic do something at Wimbledon. I just think Milos Raonic, I've said this before, and I just think Milos Raonic is so underrated. In the kind of Marin Cilic way of being underrated, in which that just doesn't really get in the conversation yet. I think they both deserve to. But Milos Raonic in particular, and not everybody who's gotten injured and not able to, show their full potential potentially is gonna, like, we can't say all of them would have been like multi-major champion. Like, not everybody is Del Potro. But I do really feel strongly about Raonic that he was an incredible player that is much better than nearly everybody, in my personal opinion, thinks that he is. I see him very highly myself. And I think if he was able to build off of his 2016 form a little bit better, I think he could have won a slam or two in 2017, 2018. I really do believe that. But he wasn't really given that chance to. Particularly at Wimbledon. That's a double fault following an ace from Borges, so we're back to deuce here. Big foe with an injury? Yeah, apparently. I mean, Tiafoe is just worrisome. Tiafoe had a slip and fall. Hurt his hip, apparently walkover for Hijikata. Damn. Hope it doesn't impact his Wimbledon effort. You got to be careful. The courts are slippery AF on grass. Advantage to Borges. See if he can get a game away from the set. Make Medvedev have to serve to stay in it. Like I said, winner plays Chinese player Zhang in the next round. That goes out from Borges. Goes wide off the forehand. Shot that he would probably want back, Borges. So we get to deuce. Also saw Muratov in play. Definitely highlight. Yeah, it's awesome. Very cool. How can someone with a name that sounds like comes from a spy novel not be good? Shelton got some criticism for his grass match, but he probably hasn't played on it much. Yeah, exactly. That's my whole thing. Listen, Holger Rune, well, okay, that's aged badly now, but I just, like, Alcaraz, yeah, he didn't start off that strong on grass, but he barely played on it, and then he won Wimbledon the next year. Like, give these guys time to warm up and play, and Alcaraz got a lot of warm-up last year because he's so good. He found ways to win matches. Like, he managed to win his match against, who was it, Rinderknecht? Was it Arthur Rinderknecht who he played in the first round of Queens, I think. And he managed to win that, and he got practice in the tournaments. He got to play like 12 matches last year just because he was doing so well. And he kept playing better and better. So give these guys time to practice and get accustomed to grass courts, because that's the contradiction. The ultimate contradiction of tennis and the tennis season is, and I've said things along these lines before, but we have the shortest season for the surface where it takes the longest amount of time to master, right? And not just master, but to even not be horrific on it. like a lot of people, when they're starting off on grass, it's just so tough. So I just feel like if we keep a short, and I know grass is just, it's very tough to maintain, and I understand all of that, but I just feel like right now grass is so great when people really, when the top pros play on it and they really figured it out and we get the best matches. It is absolutely, there's nothing else like it for me. And I understand it's tough to get there, but I think we need grass court tennis for tennis, and aside from that, it's just the ultimate contradiction of it being the shortest grass court season and the shortest season, and yet it being the toughest surface to master. Like, That's why that's part of why. I mean, Djokovic is very good on grass, but we can't lie and say it didn't help him that like a lot of the players he was playing played much less on grass than he did. Like it's just a fact, right? Not to say that he wasn't absolutely incredible on grass, but I don't know. It would be nice if there's a little bit more. And we're taking away Newport, so I guess we're going the opposite direction for some reason, which I just do not support. Backhand slice goes out, so 30 love for Medvedev. Hey, what's up, Maynor? Good to have you in here. And they playing down center doesn't want to seem biased. No, I mean maybe I do that at some point, but I don't. No, I really if I'm saying something for pro Alcaraz or pro, it's nothing to do with me liking or trying to play down how much I like one of them. Big fans of both, and obviously Sinner as well. But but when I'm when I'm making an opinion, it has nothing to do with that. I really just felt like I feel like both of them might not do that well this week, or at least they might not take home the whole title this week, which is nothing against them. Just they will both have off weeks, or weeks where they can't win the whole thing. Sinner did not win Halle last year. We'll see if Alcaraz can defend in Queens, but I feel like they both are playing in stacked tournaments, so we'll see. It's a good forehand from Borges, huge forehand. So he goes to 15 love. Don't have a lot of clay and grass courts in the U.S., mostly only the wealthier clubs and academies. Yeah, it's unfortunate, right? I mean, clay, there's a little bit, but there's not as much as there should be. Sabalenka withdrew from the Olympics? That's the first time I'm hearing that. Oh, man. That's tough. I mean, I've seen a few Russian and Belarusian players withdrawing from the Olympics. Is it just that, or does she have another reason for it? Sad either way, because I was excited to see her, but I mean, I guess it'll mean that she'll have more of her focus on Wimbledon and grass, like her full focus, which I guess everyone's focus on the moment is probably grass outside of Rafa and maybe Novak. We'll see. That forehand goes out, so it's 40 love for Borges. We just played a tiebreaker in Australia between these two, and we could get another one. It is 1-0 for Medvedev in that fourth round. Serve from Borges, the backhand of Medvedev, back into Borges, down the line, forehand to Medvedev. That's in the net. 6-5 for Nuno Borges. By the way, before the match started, this is kind of what he said. This is what he said. So this is what he said about Medvedev, his match against Medvedev in Australian Open. So Borges, this is what he said like yesterday or day before yesterday about his match that he played in the fourth round against Medvedev on the Australian Open, which went 4 sets. Borges, by the way, having a great comeback there in the third set. He really could have won the second set, but then he won the third set when he absolutely had no right to. Medvedev didn't help himself either in that regard. He was playing some really weird shots, but this is what he said about that match. It was nice to play such a big match just because I knew the pressure wasn't on my side. And I was already on such a high from everything that was going on in the tournament, having beaten Dimitrov in the last round. So I think I really was able to play my best. I believe since then I've improved a little bit. Not that the result will be different, but again, just focusing on improving my game. It's totally different surface, different game. I'm expecting a different match overall, but at the same time, I feel comfortable here. Be my first match this year on grass, but I do feel good here and I enjoy it. So I put no limitations on the result. I will go for it. Yeah, good stuff. He's saying he feels comfortable on grass as well. So we'll see what he can do. It says put no limitations on the result. Raducanu, Sabalenka, Kachanov, Samsonova, Rublev all bowing out the Olympics. Yeah, it's tough. Well, yeah, a lot of it is the Russian, Belarusian thing for a lot of those players. Raducanu, she's never as good on clay anyway, but it's just tough. That's sad to see. Olympics is dying just confirms my suspicion. Everyone knows the U.S. women aren't sending their best basketball players. It's a joke. I mean, all right, we all have different opinions. I still feel like, I don't know, I'm still seeing a lot of the Olympics hype for a lot of different sports, but whether that's gymnastics or swimming or like, you know, the classics. But anyway, all I know of Shelton could be a future surf bot on grass. Oh, absolutely. I agree. His potential is right there. It's hard to play on grass. Yeah, it is S1. Yeah, I've got an artificial grass court right nearby me, and yeah, it's tough. It's tough to play on it. It really is. So it's very tough. All right, Medvedev serving here at 15 love. Forehand. The forehand of Medvedev right off the baseline. Borges backhand cross court. The backhand slice of Borges. Backhand of Medvedev. The backhand of Borges. Down the line. Forehand of Medvedev. Backhand of Borges. It's a slice from Medvedev. Forehand of Borges. The backhand from Medvedev. Backhand slice of Borges. The backhand slice of Medvedev. Backhand goes out from Medvedev. So we are at 15 all. 3 points away from the set is the Portuguese, Nuno Borges. We'll see if he can get there. Medvedev not at his best level yet. He's not playing poorly. It's not been bad in my eyes. It's just not been, not been superb. But this is also obviously not his best surface. But forehand down the line, backhand of Borges. Almost goes for one-hander, but keeps the two-hander on there. Forehand of Medvedev, cross-court the forehand of Borges. Forehand of Medvedev. The backhand of Borges, that goes out. Wow. 30-15, it looks like we might get a tiebreak. Got 30-15. I bet I've complained about something or another. Start here from Medi. Gorgeous. And right near the middle, kind of tempting a wide to the backhand. We're at 30 all here, 42 minutes into this first set. First serve goes wide. Danger moments here for the Russian. That's a double fault. It's a set point here. I think Medvedev would say that his serve has not performed the way he would have wanted so far. I'll look at the stats after this, but it's a set point. See if Borges can convert. Serve out wide. That's too good. That's too good. I mean, Medvedev has just seemed always so mentally zoned in. I mean, he's one of these guys. He doesn't need to take a whole lot of time before he comes to the line. I mean, a whole lot of people when they're down set point or match point don't want to overthink about it too much because the pressure and nerves are going to be there. I mean, I was watching the end of the U.S. Open yesterday, and Rory McIlroy went. I can't remember the exact stat, but he went like 496 to 496 when he was putting. I mean, I don't know golf lingo very well, but when he was putting from a relatively close distance, and he missed it right at the very end. And if he had made that, it likely would have been a tied game. And maybe could have won it. So anyway, nerves are truly just. They are the final opponent. They're undefeated. Ooh. 6-6. Medvedev saves a set point. We got to 6-6. All right, let me know who's win this tiebreaker. What's going to be the score in the tiebreaker? If you get it right in the chat, I will shout you out. Score in the tiebreaker. I'm going to go with Medvedev, and I'm going to say 7-3. I'm going to say 7-3 Medvedev. Let me know in the chat who's won this tiebreaker. What's going to be the score? Congrats on your Give me time, Anthony. I appreciate it. Up to world number 7. Hey, what's up? What's up? Good to have you in here. Just kidding, Anthony. Okay. 30 people watching. 15 likes to the likes. Yep. Thank you for that. 22-20, not 7-3 med. Okay. Interesting. I don't remember for some months. Yep. Just like the vid. I appreciate Manor. Serve Medvedev out wide. 2-0. I mean, or hopefully you're staying safe. All of that. I thought David had taken over the channel the other day. Yeah, I was epic, wasn't it? Did a mega stream with everything. Yeah, isn't this David's stream now? Quality David. That's good. 3-0 Medvedev. Let's see. All right. Yeah, Manor, great minds. We might get it right with the 7-3. It is quality Anthony tennis for today. Thanks. No, that was cool though. Yeah, I was kind of MIA last week. Busy. I was playing a lot of tennis last week. A lot of singles, doubles matches, also tennis drills, doing improv on the side, among other things. Different stuff I had to get done. 4-0 for Medvedev. He's at 4-0. Borges at the line serving. First serve goes out. Second serve from Borges. 4 into Medvedev. 4 into Borges. Slice. The 4 into Medvedev. Back into Borges. Back into Medvedev. Forehand. Back and slice Borges. Back in Medvedev. Back and slice. Come back and slice down the line. That goes out. 4-1. Borges at least getting that point as we get to 4-1. I feel like we've gotten a couple double faults from Medvedev so far. Borges be hoping for one of those, or at least that he doesn't smash a huge first serve in. Just a high percentage kind of first serve. Forehand Medvedev trying to attack early. Forehand Medvedev still attacking early. Backhand's in the net. Medvedev will like that. The fact that he can play attacking tennis. He started out his career playing attacking tennis, and he completely changed his game. Which Medvedev, by the way, if anything comes to show that you can change your game like mid-career or whatever, Medvedev is a good showing for that, because at like 23 years old, he just completely shifted the way he played pretty much. And he went from a top 50 player to world number 1. Pretty, 2 or 3 years after that. So, if anything shows that you can switch your game up a bit, it's Medvedev. He really found his best way of playing. (5-1). People from the tournament, by the way, seeming like they're confronting a guy in the crowd, maybe? If I'm reading the situation right. Medvedev going to serve anyway, as that's going on. Guy's sitting right next to the court, I think. Not next to the court, but one of the front seats. Maybe a heckler of some kind. That's a forehand. The net from Medvedev. One back for Borges. It's just one mini break difference, despite it being 2-5. If Borges can hold both of these points, I mean, he's right back in this breaker, because Medvedev would need to hold both of his points to serve it out. So you just never know in a tiebreaker. It would have been nice to get to 6-1 and have that cushion. Still Medvedev in the lead, though. by a pretty decent margin. See what Borges can do to make up the grounds. Big forehand Medvedev. That's even bigger down the middle. Borges defending. Backhand. Inside out. Forehand to Borges. Forehand to Borges down the line. The backhand to Medvedev. Cross guard is a great rally. Backhand slice. Backhand Medvedev down the line. Going side to side. That's in the net. Medvedev finding some of his best tennis in that point. Gets to 6-2. Best level of the match so far. And it's 6-2 for Medvedev with 4 set points. Serve just goes just wide from Borges, called just wide. I believe it is the automatic line calling. Pretty sure. Yeah, it is. Backhand cross court, the backhand of Borges, backhand of Medvedev. Almost drops his racket or something. Medvedev. Forehand of Borges, inside out, the backhand of Medvedev. Forehand of Borges, inside in. Forehand squash shot, forehand slice, backhand slice, Medvedev for a pass, forehand volley, very good from Borges. Probably the 2 best rallies of the set coming at the very end here. 6-3 for Medvedev. By the way, guys, please don't forget to subscribe to Quality Shot Tennis if you are just joining in. It's Anthony here calling for Quality Shot. Please don't forget to like the stream as well if you are enjoying it. If we could get at least 20, 25 likes on the stream, that'd be cool. All right, it's 3 set points here for Medvedev. First serve goes long. Serve here, Medvedev. That's a double fault. What did I say about double faults? We've had a few of them from Medvedev. It's going to be a big set point here. A big point here coming from Medvedev. If he loses this, suddenly nerves. He does miss a first serve as well. Things are getting tight. Borges did have a great comeback in Australia, but Medvedev shuts everybody up with a big serve, second serve ace down the tee. That's the first set. His first set on grass of the season. 7-6 is a scoreline. It was 7-4 in the breaker after 52 minutes. Did anybody say 7-4? Let me check if anybody said 7-4. I don't think anybody said 7-4. Manor, you're close to 22-20. Not quite, though. Not quite. Come on, win this, Med. Yep. Got it at the end. Medvedev must have one of the best tiebreaker records on tour. He's so clutch under pressure. That's true. I think so. Medvedev, I know. Absolutely has take one. Coming in clutch at the end, some of his best tennis. Can I find that? Actually, tiebreak records would be really interesting to look into. Djokovic last year at Roland Garros got the record for best tiebreak win percentage. He got it over Federer, who I think is underrated for his tiebreaker win percentage. Okay, so year to date, Medvedev is 12-2 in tiebreaks. 12-2. That's crazy, actually. I think one of the ones he lost was against Borges, right? I'm pretty sure that's right. I think one of the ones that he lost was against Borges. No. Okay, yeah, he won the seconds. That was 7-5. The second loss was 7-5. Okay, career win-loss and tiebreakers. Medvedev is 111-76. 59.4% win rate in tiebreakers is Medvedev. Now that's like 112-76, I guess. But he's about 60% win rate in tiebreaks. That's really good. It's very good. Because tiebreakers is like listen, it's like almost a 50-50 thing. It's not quite. But yeah, it's pretty good. Well, what does that mean? Oh, deciding set. This is cool. I didn't know you had such in-depth stats here just on the ATP side, but this is good. Deciding set record: Medvedev 86 and 55. Career win-loss is crazy. 360 wins, 144 losses. That's across all surfaces. On grass courts, Medvedev is 40 and 20. 40 and 20. Yeah, I don't know exactly where that would rank, but I wanted to say 7-4. Well, it's too late now, Maynor. But for the next one, maybe. I mean, you were close, though, with 7-3. You were close. Is Medi serve underrated? Medi serve. Yeah. I don't think it is, really. I think anybody who's paying attention, I mean, I at this point, I think everybody understands that Medvedev's serve is absolutely phenomenal. I don't think it's underrated. I think it's one of the most well-known, just great serves on tour. Now, is it the best serve on tour? I don't think it is. If you believe it is, then I would say it's underrated in that regard. But for it to, is it known as one of the easily top 10, top 5 best serves on tour? Yes. That's a well-known, established thing that it's like a top 10, easily a top 10 serve on tour. And that it's very, very dangerous and one of the big keys to his success so far in his career. Now, it could be underrated because his game is so weird for a big server, the way he plays so defensive and stays back and stuff, and uses his movement as one of his crucial crutches in his game. But I think people understand how good the serve is. Maybe mildly underrated, but I don't even think so. I wouldn't call it underrated, even though I can see the arguments for it. First serve goes out, so it's another serve coming here from Medvedev. Forehand Borges, that's in the net. 1-0 for Medvedev. Let's see if he can play a bit of a quicker second set here. Tennis Abstract probably has those numbers. Yeah, that's true as well. Who has a better serve? Wait, better serve between Medvedev and Borges, or Medvedev and who else? I mean, Medvedev has a better serve than Borges. I would say that. Oh, speaking of, let me look at the stats before we move on. Stats so far in the match. It's pretty good for Medvedev. Pretty good for Medvedev. This is the number for Borges that Medvedev's done well on to really go after the second serve. It's also crucial. But it was a tiebreaker to decide it, so it wasn't that crucial. Backhand slice of Medvedev, short. Forehand of Borges. The forehand of Medvedev goes for a pass. That goes out, though. 30 love. Oh, better than my. Oh, okay. My reading comprehension is not there, is it? Who has a better serve? Hurkacz has a better serve than Medvedev, for sure. Who else has a better serve than Medvedev? FA has an incredibly good serve. I mean, Djokovic honestly has a very good serve at this point. He has the second best placement on tour. I mean, the guy is just relentless now with the serve. He can do so many things with it. Sinner's definitely improved the serve, but I don't think he's better than Medvedev. Let me look at the rankings to remind myself. Fritz has a great serve. I think Fritz maybe. Zverev. I would say Zverev and Hurkacz for sure. Djokovic maybe, honestly. Tsitsipas has a good serve, but Shelton, I would say, maybe has a better serve, although he still has ways to improve with his serve. Bublik. Dimitrov is serving quite well as well. Yeah. Yes, I would say it's likely a top 5 best serve on tour, but I would say FA and Hurkacz, Hurkacz, and Zverev, I would definitely say are above Medvedev. As for other players, I'd say Fritz is I'd likely put above Medvedev as well. I would put Fritz above Medvedev. So Medvedev maybe 5th best on tour, although there are quite a few. I mean, I love Tsitsipas' serve as well. Then he's then after those 4 guys who I would put in front of Medvedev, I would say it's very close between quite a few guys, including Ben Shelton, who he needs to improve quite a few things with his serve and consistency and where he places it. He hits it quite hard, but he needs to improve the placement consistently. First serve in the net from Medvedev, so he's going for a second serve. Forehand of Borges. Back in Medvedev, backhand slice of Borges. Going back into backhand. Goes out. First serve goes out from Medvedev. Second serve coming here. Forehand of Borges, forehand of Medvedev. Goes out, inside out, 40-30. He found a great consistent level towards the end of the tiebreaker, but kind of lost here. What's up, Naked Eyes? Good to have you in here. Zverev has a great serve, but not under extreme pressure, in my opinion. That's fair. It gets worse under pressure. Who has the most clutch serve? I mean, Medvedev is up there, probably. Djokovic is very clutch under serve. Sinner is very clutch. Sinner might be my answer. Sinner is very clutch when he's down the barrel, down break points, especially now. Yannick might be my answer for clutch under pressure on serve. Who else did I say? Zverev, Hurkacz. Hurkacz is pretty clutch, but I'm gonna say Sinner. For me, clutch under pressure serve. I go Sinner. Medi serves more clutch in the tight moments. Yeah, I mean Medi is up there, but I think Sinner, Djokovic is up there. FAA, defend FA serve for me. I'm curious about your take on him. I mean, I don't know. Just the guy is streaky, man. When FA is serving well, he's just like sometimes unstoppable in sets. Like sets at a time. And I think his numbers are quite good throughout the year as well. He's always topping those serve things. I mean, even when his game isn't the best, his serve is quite good. Not in clutchness, but in other stats. I could be wrong with if he's leading those stats, but I think FA is pretty high up there. Yeah, he might not be actually at this point. Yeah, he's fallen a bit actually. Yeah, I'm looking at Eubanks. Yeah, Eubanks has a great serve. I've seen that a lot. Eubanks has a great serve. Jari has a great serve. Rublev as well. Yeah, Christopher Eubanks is definitely another one with he's probably another best server on tour. Let me see though. Like 2022, where was Felix for serve? Not as high as I would have thought. Maybe first serve much better than second serve, I would think, for Felix. Yeah, that's why. His second serve brings Felix down. I guess if we're talking first serve, Felix is up there. I would say maybe even for this year, it's like that. Last 52 weeks. Let me look at. I mean, he's fallen pretty low. He's like 23rd. But yeah, it's because his second serve is so low compared to these other guys for the most part. His first serve is still incredibly good. 75% win rate on first serve. That's better than anybody until Draper at 16th. And I'd say Felix has a more consistent serving game that is also more clutch at the moment, at least within the last few years, the context of the last few years than Draper. But yeah, anyway. His first serve better than his second serve, I'll say that. It's a forehand drop shot, which goes into the net from Borges, goes to 15-all. Has to be Nole. Yeah, Nole or Yannick. I really think Yannick is quite good at the moment. I agree, Sinner and Djokovic, yep. On clay, I rate Struff serve very high. Struff is quite good. On grass as well, too. I mean, he wasn't even able to get to play a full season on grass, but he's quite good on grass. I'm not saying you're wrong about Felix. I was just curious what you were seeing. Yeah, I guess how streaky is when he really gets his serve together, especially with putting together great first serves. Because the guy just seems relentless. He just it just seems natural to him, you know. Just smashing serves. It's not the fastest serve on tour, but it's great. Great passing shot there from Borges. But once he gets on a streak, it just comes natural. It just got huge first serve after huge first serve. It's when he's not making first serves in and when he's hitting second serves, it's not as good. That's a great shot from Borges. Kind of came out of nowhere. Great athleticism there. Even while he was kind of out of position, just found a way to kind of stop himself for a moment, just slap the ball down the line. We get to 2-2 here in the second set. Backhand of Medvedev to the backhand of Borges for passing shots. A great shot from Borges. Looking to make a move here. Love 15. Medvedev cannot afford to play a very bad service game because Borges is playing probably his best level of the match. I mean, Borges just hit a great passing shot. That's a little bit nervy. If Medvedev comes to net, he's got to make sure that he earns it. He's not his most natural. This is what I'm saying about Medvedev. He's not at his most natural kind of version of his own game when he's playing on grass, when he really needs to play attacking tennis. Love 30. Serve here from Medvedev. Into the net. Second serve coming here. Forehand of Borges. Backhand Medvedev. The backhand of Borges. That's in the net. 15-30. 15-30. What about Draper? Yeah, Jack would be somewhere up there. I mean, at this point, I don't know. The clutchness is the part of the problem, right? The clutchness with the serve. But he was very clutch this week, so I think he could still climb up there. Man serve to me is as unique as his fingerprints. Love it. Even when they kind of look the same, Shelton, Alcaraz, and McEnroe stick out there for like a dancer. They still have tiny but massive differences in pace, spin, etc. Yeah, true. Everybody's got something slightly different with the serve. That's my favorite thing about tennis in general. One of them is that everybody kind of has a different version of their game. I mean, there's a lot of things I like about tennis, but that's one of them. Everybody has a different version of how they play tennis, their own style. And you can try to be, if you're Djokovic, you can try to be Federer. If you're, but it's not going to work that well. You have to find the best version of your own game, really. And and everybody has their own journey and trajectory in the sport, and you have to lose and lose and lose, and then you find your best wins if you keep working hard and keep working at your own game. And talent helps, but it's the hard work that is the crucial aspect when it comes down to it. That goes out from Medvedev, goes wide, so it's 30-40 for Borges. 30-40 for Borges. How's Raonic doing? Looking at that. Marajan taking out Safiullin. It's a good win. 6-1 the third. Marajan is somebody to look out for. Wow, Raonic and Nori in 6-6 in the tiebreaker. Nori now with the set point at 7-6. That's pretty crazy. I'm rooting for Raonic, man. I need to see Milos do something for me. I need a I need Milos to, if he could win a grass court title, it'd be amazing. The guy doesn't have as many titles as he should have, in my opinion, Raonic. His forehand's called. Ooh, did he make it, Borges? 40. Here we go. Break point for Nuno. First serve in the net. Second serve from Medvedev, trying to save another break point. It's a big moment. Chip, slice return, forehand. The backhand slice, backhand Medvedev, backhand slice of Borges. That goes out. Ooh, that slice just floated long. It's so tough playing on grass. I love how different Halle and Queens look, by the way. It's great that they have such different looking courts and crowds, and the whole atmosphere and vibe of the everything is different, which is great. And Halle, you don't have people sitting as close to the court as well. Queens has some of my favorite grass courts of the whole season. Honestly, Queens is one of the best tournaments the whole year. Like, if it was a slam, it would be my favorite. I love Queens. Wow. Norwich pulls out an 8-6 tiebreaker versus Raonic. Forehand of Medvedev cross court. Forehand slice of Borges. Backhand of Medvedev cross court. Backhand Borges comes in down the line, but that goes out. And it just felt like when Borges had those chances at love 30, it just felt like Medvedev a little bit stronger. Medvedev will get a lot of relief and confidence from that, loosen him up. Because Borges, a few unforced errors when he got a lead there, and then, I don't know, just a few errors and not really what he wanted to do there at the end. He wasn't playing confidently in the moments where it counted the most there. Draper having a great grass season so far. That Berrettini win is huge. Yeah, especially because Matteo was playing so well as well. So I would love to see Draper keep climbing up. He's like up to 31st in the world or something. Please, who's going to win? Medvedev. I have Medvedev over Borges in 2 sets. Do you think psychologists could tell something about a person's serve just like handwriting? I think so. I absolutely think so. There's something to that. Absolutely. I think a lot of tennis and psychology go together like that. And the way they decide to serve, I think there is. A little bit less saying about the legitimacy of graphology as a science. Sure, why not? Hey, what's up, MJ? Good to have you in here. Dropping a like, gotta run. Okay, no problem. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. And good to have you. Are you? I'll see you later. Tennis ticks. Go, Daniil. Absolutely. It's up 3-2. Tennis ticks reveal something about a person, I'd say. Yeah, tennis ticks, and also I feel like the way we decide to play tennis, I think, might tell a little bit about something about us. That's an interesting thought about sports psychology. There's also just something about what our talents and the way we play the best at a certain game. It's not all, we can't all break it down to a psychological thing, but there might be part of it might be. Part of it might be, particularly the small little differences of a serve, I think, in particular, really might be, yeah. Medi is leading, but this is tennis, and you never know. I recommend you invest your gambling money in getting a degree into solar. We're going to need engineers. Yeah, betting on tennis is always, that's fine. Betting on tennis is always tough, honestly. But yeah, I mean, I feel comfortable about Medi, but I'm not going to, I don't know. When I'm up here, I have no idea. I know just as much as anybody else. Was Andy Roddick's shirt grabbing ticks say about him? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, those kind of things say a lot about a person. The tennis ticks, I don't know, but those say a lot. The things we do in between points. That's where we really see people's personalities shine. That's in the net. 40 love for Borges. Close to getting to 3-3. Both guys doing decently well on serve. I mean, Borges I don't know. I feel like he hasn't faced a whole lot of trouble as he gets a 3-3 with a love hold. It was in that tiebreaker he fell behind quickly. By the way, Cameron Norrie, nobody's talking about him, but he likes playing on grass. I mean, all of the Australian players, players who grew up in the UK, I mean, these are players who grew up playing on grass more than like nearly anybody else, or anybody else. So these are all players I would watch out for on grass, like Alex de Minaur. He's really a contender. I think de Minaur is going to reach the semifinals of Wimbledon. I think he really could. I think Alex de Minaur is very likely going to reach the semis of Wimbledon. I mean, reach the quarterfinals of Roland Garros. I think he could definitely go a step further at Wimby. We'll see what his draw looks like, but I just catch the sideline from Borges. Just catches the sideline. We get to love 30. A chance here for Nuno. I mean, Borges getting more chances on Medvedev's serve, I feel like, than Medvedev is on Borges' serve. Medvedev is just so good at getting out of trouble, but it's like, I don't know. It's like Wile E. Coyote and Roadrunner. I mean, why are you putting yourself in that trouble in the first place, you know? It's like he's constantly getting out of trouble, but then he's going right back into trouble. $15-30 here, Medvedev serving. Serve out wide. That's a good serve. 30 all. 30 all. 30 all. Who do you guys have as dark horses for Wimbledon? If you guys had one dark horse for Wimbledon, who do you have as a dark horse? Hurkacz. Hurkacz is my answer. I think Hurkacz is a massive dark horse coming into Wimbledon. Let me know your answers. Forehand of Medvedev. Up high, backhand Medvedev defending way behind the baseline like it's a clay court. Forehand Medvedev. Forehand chip. Medvedev now inside the court. He's in no man's land. Forehand. Missed it for a lob, but that goes out. It's 30-40. Medvedev absolutely furious at himself. I mean, I don't think he likes playing outside of hard courts, does he? He found himself in such an awkward position that he was ignoring himself. He started playing way behind the baseline. He found himself in a very awkward position. Oh, wow. Big ace from Medvedev. By the way, Norrie nearly falling over the net. He's got to be careful. Listen, I played a match last week where I played for my partner said that we played for over 3.5 hours. It was something close to that. And in the heat, the day before that, I played a 3-hour plus match in singles. And like the 2 days before that, I had also played like 3 hours tennis. But anyway, in that match, I'll tell the story during this next changeover. That's a big serve from Medvedev, gets to 4-3. Some big serving, get out of trouble. Gilles in his box loves that as well. Let's go, Daniil. So this match was crazy. So like I said, I played a 3-hour singles match the day before that, also in the heat. These matches were crazy. So I played 3-hour singles, and I lost. I lost in 3 sets. So it was a crazy match. This guy was the number 2 seed of the tournament. I had lost to him in straight sets about a month before that. A little bit more. A little bit over a month before we played. Like a month and a half. I had lost him in straight sets. Close straight sets, but it was like 7-5, 6-4. Very determined this time, not to just make it a close match. I was determined to win. I always come in thinking like I'm going to win the match, or hoping, coming in with at least some sort of belief. Humble, but believing. That's the goal. But anyway, I go up 4-0 very quickly. I'm playing some of my best tennis that I've played. Up 4-0, fully dominant, in control. Anyway, the guy gets back to 5-5. The guy climbs back into the set at 5-5, which is just, I am so annoyed. And then he goes up 5-3 in the tiebreaker. He goes up 5-3 in the tiebreaker, and then I win 4 consecutive points. I win at 7-6. The onset point, by the way, I had this crazy shot. He hit this passing shot behind me. Somehow I hit this like half volley, backhand half volley behind me. It has backspin on it, and it goes over the net, and then it bounces back into the net. Anyway, that was one of the craziest shots I've ever hit to win the set, which I was quite excited about. Anyway, I win the first set 7-6, and then I kind of lose it mentally. I don't keep my foot on the gas pedal. I kind of lose it mentally in the next game. And anyway, he's at 5-1. He's up 5-1 the second set. I managed to make it 5-4. He wins the set anyway, 6-4. Same exact thing happens in the third set. I save a match point at like 5-2. I'm down 5-1. I make it 5-4. Then he wins 6-4 again. So anyway, I lose a very, very close match, absolute roller coaster where I'm fighting so hard, but I still can't get it done. Then the very next day, this is in the dead heat of Atlanta Heat, I play doubles, and it's absolutely crazy. And anyway, I'm talking too much. I'll get to that in the next changeover. I'll focus on the match for now. But that match was crazy. Backhand, and I had a similar thing happen where I kind of ran into the net. Backhand down the line, forehand to Medvedev. Backhand to Medvedev hits a cross court. The backhand of Borges, forehand to Medvedev, cross court. That goes in the net. 40 love for Borges. $40 love. Serve into the net for Borges. Second serve. We're only getting close sets between Medvedev and Borges at this point. Their last 4 sets have been incredibly close. Backhand, the forehand of Medvedev, forehand of Borges. I mean, Medvedev just seems so awkward on the score. You can tell from his court position. He doesn't really know exactly how to move. And that's a great drop shot from Borges. He sees Medvedev out of position. Some great drop shots. Gives a bit of a smile as well. He's at 4-4. It's a good position for him. Let me get to some of the comments. What y'all are saying. Doll sticks are legendary. Yeah. Sharapova and Layla have this thing where they stand with their back to the opponent between serves and kind of bounce on the balls on their feet. Yeah, I've seen that with Layla a lot. Yeah, they both do that, don't they? That's a good comparison. I like that too. Yeah, just really kind of, I guess, motivating themselves before they get to the next point. They play with such intensity. Doll's definitely the go-to ticks. Absolutely. Listen, there's no GOAT debate about the go-to ticks. Darling Trevisan grins when she's on return or serve. Yeah, hell yeah. I agree. Demon War has earned that Mr. Consistency tag. Rarely has a bad day. Quarterfinal minimum, I think. Yeah, he's earned that top 10 slot. Absolutely. All right, here we go. 15 love from Medvedev on his serve. Serve Medvedev. Hey, what's up, Lexi? Joining in. I see you in the chat. Good to have you in here, Lexi. Medvedev double faulting too many times, by the way, and he's giving a Borges too many chances on his serve. All right, back to the line. Out wide. That's too good with the serve. 30-15. Arguably, Borges should have gotten that return back in play, but anyway. Serve Medvedev. Down the tee. That's too good. 40-15. What a service game from Medvedev. That's a bit of a statement service game. He gets the 5-4. He's a game away from winning this match on an absolutely massive serve. How much did that say? I need to rewind here. It said the kilometers an hour on the serve speed machine, but I didn't see it. 204 kilometers. What is that? I mean, that's not way up there, but that's pretty fast. For Medvedev, it's very fast. Kilometers to miles. 126 miles an hour. Pretty good. Off to work. See you next time. All right. I appreciate you joining in. Are you changing your mind about Demon War winning in 1,000? I'm not. I do think he's very strong. I'm yet to change my mind. We'll see. He definitely could, but I am not going to change my mind. I think we've been in a weird period of Masters 1000 winners. I think we'll be in a slightly less weird period. I still think he's going to be performing consistently very deep, and I think he can get some big wins. But if he can, beat a Sinner and Alcaraz back-to-back, or, You know, I don't think it'll be like I've said it before. I don't think Sinner Alcaraz is going to be like big three dominance, but I think if somebody gets through them back to back or gets through even the next guy up back to back, I mean, whoever that is, Zverev, Djokovic for now, and Medvedev, I just don't really think. I'm not going to predict it for de Minaur. Now, can he reach the finals, semifinals, and can he win one? Yes, but I'm just on my best bet. I'm going to say no. Jack Draper is a Wimby dark horse. Also, I think it'd make an amazing story for tennis. Yeah, him or Sebastian Korda, for example, guys who made finals last week. I mean, or no, Korda, did Korda make the final? What did Korda do? Was it final or semifinal? Maybe it was semifinal. Kind of going on a blank. Who did he lose to? Did he lose to Draper? He might have lost to Draper. No, he lost to de Minaur in the final. Yeah. Yeah, either of those guys would make incredible stories. Anthony, who is considered a dark horse to Tsitsipas or count? No, I would not count them, Matthew. There's got to be people outside the top 10 for sure. Got to be people outside the top 10. Anybody outside the top 10 counts as a dark horse, in my opinion. All right, here we go. We're back for this one. It's love 15. Medvedev a few points away here. There's some kind of situation, but I can't tell exactly what's going on. They can't show a call for the serve. There's a technical error. First serve from Borges is out. Second serve. We're at 15 all here. Oh, love 15. Actually, it should be. Backhand of Medvedev, forehand of Borges, forehand of Medvedev, forehand of Borges. Medvedev nearly falls over. Forehand slice. Kind of a weird shot from Borges. He's hit that a few times. That goes out from Borges. Love 30. Medvedev 2 points away from getting his first win of the grass court season. And this is a good showing for why these guys at the top are just so good at constantly getting wins. I mean, even when they're not fully comfortable, they're so clutch in the big moments when it matters, and they're just a little bit too strong and experienced. I mean, it makes the difference. Those small things that it's Medvedev's experience to shine in this match, despite him not loving grass quite clearly. Borges yells, "Come on," as he gets to 15-30 as that goes out on the return of serve. Rounders, by the way, at 3-0 in the second against Nori. That's good. That's an interesting match going on as well. This is a big point. Big difference between 30 all and 15-40. Let's see what happens. First serve in the net. Second serve. Borges can still come back. He had a great comeback against Medvedev in Australia. Backhand down the middle, forehand. The forehand of Medvedev, backhand Medvedev. Backhand of Borges, backhand Medvedev. The backhand of Borges. That goes out 15, and it is 15-40. 2 match points for Medvedev. If you are joining in, please don't forget to subscribe to Quality Shot Tennis. And please don't forget to like the video as well if you have enjoyed it, like the stream. And thanks to everybody for joining in. Like, see, Fritz might be a dark horse. I think Fritz is dark horse. FA, maybe if he can be healthy. What's up, Gene, as well? Is Anthony ready to do mega stream like David? Not right now. Not at the moment. It's too early. It's too early. Oh my god. Match point, and the system is completely messed up at the moment. I mean, the ball was in the dead center of the court, and the system calls it out. Just in the middle of the point. Borges absolutely frustrated here. Yes, an ATP 500. This is not a good look to have this kind of errors going on. Team 40. Here you go. Two match points for Medvedev. Forehand return big. Oh, that is a crazy match point save. We would not have gotten that one if it wasn't for the replay. That was a crazy match point save. Medvedev way back in the court behind the baseline as if he was returning on clay. Or just like normal for him. Not normal for anybody else. He just absolutely went for it. Huge smack the return. Oh my god. Borges ready to serve. Umpire says, wait, please, for something. So we got everything going on. It's a let from Borges. Nets can be dangerous. I saw someone who thought you could jump over to shake hands in the match. He didn't make it. That's tough, Essek one. Yeah. During my match, I didn't say it. Maybe I could say the story at the end of the stream. Forehand volley. Medvedev's there for a pass. That's in the net. Daniil Medvedev is through in straight sets over Nuno Borges. It was a tough match, kind of similar to Australia, where it was a bit awkward at times for Medvedev as well. Borges and Medvedev talking about something. But I don't think Borges is mad at Medvedev. I'm not sure exactly what's going on. Borges clearly frustrated, but Medvedev with the win in straight sets. He will take on Zhang in the next round. Thank you, everybody, for joining in. Medvedev solid when he needs to be. Still not looking at his most comfortable on grass, but it was a good match from him. Good match from Medvedev. Clutch when he needed to be, despite a few too many chances for Borges on his own serve. Still clutch when he needed to be. And just looking at some of the stats here, I mean, he'll want to get this number up. There's no doubt about it, Medi. But for the most part, not too bad. Not too bad. A good start in straight sets. Good start in straight sets. He will take on Zhang. Thompson played a really good match, though. Yeah. I mean, Thompson is somebody to look out for on grass as well. FA, man, Anthony, you really dig that guy. I really will back FA. I back FA. I've backed FA for a while. The same way I was backing Yannick, not quite to that extent, but I've backed Felix as well. Go Daniil, well done, Medi, absolutely. Yeah, thank you, Essek1. Thanks, Lexi, as well, for joining in. Hopefully you can chat more in the next one. Congrats, Medi. Yeah, Medvedev absolutely getting it done. Thanks, Maynor, as well, for stopping by. Thanks, guys. Awesome. Joe, Gene, everybody. Lexi, Ghost. Yeah, I want to tell the story of my match. So when I hit the net, so it was so I was playing mixed doubles. I was playing a mixed doubles match just for fun for a league in Alta. But anyway, basically, I'm playing this match and we're down a set in 4-3, I think. And I track down this like shot that goes just like an inch over the net. I think it hits the net cord and then goes just over. I track it down. I actually get under the ball. I don't make it in. But anyway, I run way too hard without stopping myself. I'm usually make a lot of quick steps before I hit the net so I don't just completely break the net and break everything in my body. But I don't do this time, and I went straight into the net, like almost like face first, and the net didn't really catch me the right way. It was almost miraculous that I didn't get more hurt than I did. I just got a little bit scraped up on my left knee, and my left arm was a little bit out of place for a second. Like it wasn't good, but it was like I was able to walk and I was able to play like pretty much immediately. I got very lucky. It was like a lesson for myself to not, be a little bit more careful. Not, it's good to go for everything, but not to, overdo it. Anyway, from that point onwards, I start playing better. I was not playing well until that happened for some reason. We were down a set in 5-4. We were a game away from losing. And I hear a guy off the court say something like, "This is the last game," from the other team. he says, "This is the last game. We're about to win. This is the last game." Like I'm right there. I can clearly hear him, and he knows I can hear him. We're like right next to each other. And even though he's off the court. And anyway, he says, "This is the last game," like that his team, my opponents, are about to win, which is such an annoying thing to do. Why would you ever say that? Also, you might jinx yourself. Anyway, I'm going to keep it short. But basically, what happened was I had that in my brain, and it was so good that he said that because I used it as motivation. It was the only reason we started coming back in the match. I used it as deep motivation. Every single point, I thought about him saying that. I was thinking about strategy and what I needed to do. I actually had Djokovic in my head as I was doing this. Not Djokovic, but it is good to use players like that as inspiration. I was like, Djokovic, if he had like a guy saying something like that, he would like use that as like an extra gear of fuel. And I was just, every point, I was dead motivated on what I need to do, strategy. And I was so focused on, I was like, I'm going to make it a nightmare for that guy. I'm coming back. Like, this isn't the last game. And we managed to go up to, I think it was 4-0 or 4-1 the third set. And then we lost anyway. But anyway, that's my story. It was like after I hit the net, which was crazy. Anyway, that's my story that I want to mention earlier. But anyway, I appreciate everybody joining in. Thanks, Joe. Thanks, Ghost, as well. Showing off for the girls. Yeah. Something like that, maybe. I mean, honestly, yeah, I think I was probably. My opponent in tournament game bragged to his front of court. This won't take long. It pissed me off and I won. Yeah. No, tennis is a great social sport in that way too. But yeah, when your opponent really starts bragging, it's like, yeah, it can give you that extra motivation and gear. So yeah. All right. I appreciate everybody joining in. And yeah, I'll see you guys at the next one. It was Medvedev, the grass court genius. The mad scientist, the mad genius in 2 sets over Nuno Borges. And he gets it done, a winning start for him. And I will see you guys at the next one.
We'll